Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. What happens when the voice that defined a whole generation quietly crosses paths with the face of a new one? Under the cold, bright lights of Shanghai airport, Faye Wong turns back for a brief moment. Cameras flash, fans call her name, and instead of a distant smile or polite wave, she asks a simple question that feels almost unreal. Where's Wang Yibo? Isn't he here yet? It is light, playful, almost casual, yet the impact is anything but. In that single line, two eras suddenly stand side by side. For some viewers, memories of Faye's songs on old CDs and late-night radio shows come flooding back. For others, Wang Yibo's performances, his racing tracks and his stages feel closer than ever. The past and the present no longer sit in separate rooms. They share the same frame, the same breath, the same moment. From there, the story is no longer just about an airport sighting or a fashion show. It becomes a question that lingers in every fan's mind. If a legend reaches out, even in jest, to a rising star, could this be the beginning of a new chapter in music that connects us all? To understand why this brief encounter feels so powerful, we have to look at who these two people are, not just as celebrities but as symbols of their time. For many across the Chinese-speaking world, Faye Wong is more than a household name. She is a piece of emotional history. Her voice is woven into memories of cassette tapes carefully rewound, late-night radio in dim bedrooms, and quiet journeys on buses and trains. She represents an era when music traveled more slowly, when you waited for a favorite song to appear on air, and when a single album could accompany you through years of your life. Her presence carries a sense of calm, mystery, and quiet rebellion, a reminder that true artistry does not shout, it simply endures. Wang Yibo, by contrast, stands firmly in the floodlight of the digital age. His world is one of instant replay and viral clips, of live streams, fan cams, and global trends that rise and fall within days. Yet, for all the noise surrounding him, he often appears surprisingly composed. He is the image of a new generation trying to do everything at once. Filming dramas, recording songs, dancing on stage, racing on professional circuits, and still taking time to bow to fans and wave to cameras with genuine warmth. For younger audiences, he is proof that you can be ambitious, versatile, and disciplined, even in a world that never stops watching. When these two names are placed in the same sentence, it touches something deep. It allows parents who grew up with Faye Wong and children who adore Wang Yibo to share a rare moment of recognition. It reassures older fans that their era is not forgotten and tells younger ones that their idols are being seen by the very legends who came before. That is why this moment hits differently. It does not only belong to the industry, it quietly belongs to everyone who has ever been moved by a song. On the surface, nothing extraordinary happened that day in Shanghai. It was just an airport, the familiar echo of footsteps on polished floors, the low hum of announcements, the soft rustle of camera shutters waiting for a scene worth capturing. Faye Wong appeared first, moving through the terminal with that effortless grace that never seems to age. Her outfit was casual, almost understated, as if she were determined not to turn the place into a stage. Fans called out to her, as they always do, and for a moment it looked like this would be just another fleeting celebrity sighting, soon buried under the next wave of headlines. But then she turned back. Instead of simply waving and disappearing into the security line, she broke the invisible wall between star and crowd with one simple, almost mischievous question about Wang Yibo's absence. It was not a formal announcement, not a press statement, just a line thrown into the air with a smile. Yet that line carried weight. It suggested familiarity, acknowledgement, a shared orbit that fans had only dared to imagine. Within minutes, that casual remark became the spark that commentary channels, fan accounts, and news platforms would replay again and again. When Wang Yibo finally appeared at the same airport, dressed in his usual low-key style, the narrative was complete. Two separate arrivals suddenly felt like one connected moment. Clips were edited side by side, timelines were reconstructed, and speculation filled in every gap the cameras had missed. What set the internet on fire was not loud drama or scandal, but the quiet thrill of possibility. It was the feeling that, for once, the worlds of a legend and a rising icon had truly overlapped, and that something new might be waiting just beyond the edge of that shared frame. For many people, it is tempting to treat this as a charming coincidence. Two famous names passing through the same city, attending the same fashion show, exchanging a light remark that happens to be caught on camera. But if we look more closely, this moment hints at something larger than pure chance. Faye Wong and Wang Yibo stand at opposite ends of a timeline that has shaped Chinese pop culture for decades. When a legend so carefully selective about her public words chooses to mention a younger artist by name, even playfully, it feels less like a casual joke and more like a quiet door opening between eras. It suggests recognition not only of his popularity, but of his place in a continuing artistic conversation. What could follow from that is not limited to a single song or a shared stage, although fans are right to dream of both. A true collaboration between them, in any form, would send a powerful message about how music can travel across age, style, and technology without losing its soul. It could become a symbol of how one generation does not need to step aside for another, but can stand alongside it, offering guidance, respect, and a sense of continuity. Even the idea of them appearing together in a documentary, a charity project, or a special performance would carry emotional weight, because it would show that the values behind their work, integrity, curiosity, persistence are not bound to one time period. Yet perhaps the most meaningful part of this collaboration is what it awakens in the audience. It invites older listeners to feel seen again, and younger ones to imagine a future in which their idols grow into the kind of enduring figures Faye Wong represents. It quietly challenges a fast-moving industry to remember its roots, even as it races forward. In that sense, the true project has already begun, not in a studio, but in the hearts of the people watching. For anyone looking in from the outside, it might seem exaggerated that a brief exchange at an airport could bring so many people close to tears. Yet for fans, this moment reaches far beyond gossip or excitement over a possible collaboration. It touches something intimate, the way music, faces, and voices become markers of our own lives. For those who grew up with Faye Wong, her name is attached to very specific memories. A school uniform and a borrowed CD, the first time they heard her voice on a crackling radio, the feeling of lying awake at night with headphones on, believing that someone out there understood what they could not put into words. Seeing her still present, still curious about the world, and now mentioning a younger artist, reassures them that their past is not a closed book. It is still part of the story being written today. For younger fans, Wang Yibo is not just a performer on a distant stage. His journey, from trainee to idol to respected actor and racer, has accompanied them through exams, heartbreaks, new cities, and late-night scrolls through their phones. They have watched him fall, get up, try again, remain polite when criticized, and quietly persist when others might have given up. When someone like Faye Wong appears to recognize him, even in a lighthearted way, it feels like a form of validation. A sign that their belief in him and the time they have invested in following his path has weight in the wider world. There is also a deeper emotional chord being struck here. In fast-paced entertainment industries, younger names are often used to replace older ones, as if there is only room for one era at a time. This small moment offers a different image. Not replacement, but connection. Fans see two artists who have carried very different kinds of pressure, standing under the same sky, in the same frame without competition. It suggests that it is possible to move forward without discarding what came before, to admire the new without abandoning the old. On a more personal level, many viewers project their own relationships onto this encounter, between parents and children, teachers and students, mentors and protégés. They imagine conversations across generations where there is curiosity instead of judgment, and encouragement instead of dismissal. That is why, when they replay the clip, they are not just watching celebrities. They are quietly wishing for a world in which people of different ages recognize one another's worth. And in that wish, they find both tenderness and hope. In the end, whether Faye Wong and Wang Yibo ever share a recording studio or stand together on the same stage almost becomes a secondary question. What truly lingers after the airport clip and the fashion show photos is the sense that something subtle has shifted, not only for them, but for the people watching. For years, fans have carried their favorite artists like quiet companions through different seasons of life. Faye Wong's music may have held someone's hand through lonely winters, while Wang Yibo's determination and versatility might have encouraged another person to keep trying when they felt left behind. When their paths cross, even briefly, it feels as if two private timelines are suddenly woven together in public view. That image opens a new chapter because it challenges the story we are so often told about time and relevance. We are used to hearing that the old must give way to the new, that what was once beloved will eventually be replaced and forgotten. Yet here we see a different possibility, the past standing with dignity beside the present, and the future being shaped by both. In Faye Wong's light-hearted mention of Wang Yibo, there is an unspoken acknowledgement that the thread of artistry did not break when her era quietened. It simply continued in new hands. In Wang Yibo's calm presence and steady growth, there is proof that success in this generation can still be built on patience, respect, and hard work, rather than noise alone. For audiences, this can be quietly transformative. It invites older fans to re-enter the conversation instead of watching from the sidelines, and gives younger fans a glimpse of the kind of legacy their idols might one day leave behind. It suggests that we do not have to choose between nostalgia and progress. We are allowed to hold both. Each replay, each discussion, each hopeful comment about a possible collaboration becomes part of a larger reflection on how we want our cultural stories to unfold. Perhaps the new chapter hinted at here is not only a musical one, but a human one. A chapter in which generations meet with curiosity rather than competition, and where the things that once comforted us make room for the voices that will comfort those who come after. In recognizing that, we realize this moment was never just theirs. In a quiet way, it belongs to all of us. If this story touched you even a little, if you also felt that mix of nostalgia, excitement, and hope watching Faye Wong and Wang Yibo share the same frame, then you are exactly where you need to be. This is Star Watch Now, and we will continue to bring you thoughtful stories, emotional deep dives, and positive perspectives on the stars you love. Sparkles, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thumbs up, leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Speech balloon and share your thoughts in the comments. What kind of collaboration between Faye Wong and Wang Yibo would you love to see most? Thank you for spending your time with us today. Stay inspired, stay kind, and see you in the next story on Star Watch Now.